name is Antonio Caffey. I'm the director of Friends of the Homeless, which is a program of Southeast Incorporated, or Southeast Healthcare Services. So Southeast, our parent company, it's really a comprehensive provider of medical and mental health services. We try to look at and take a holistic approach in treating our fellow citizens in mental health, chemical dependency, healthcare, and other homeless services as well. Friends of the Homeless has been around since 1983, serving our fellow citizens within the Columbus community who are dealing with the current crisis of homelessness. So within Friends of the Homeless, we try to focus on three things. Our motto is homelessness should be temporary. People being served have dignity and worth, and decent, safe, affordable housing should be available for everyone. And as I was coming in today and speaking to some folks, and really at the beginning, it really didn't hit me until I came in and thought about a company whose business is to sell homes, giving back to a homeless agency, and how powerful that is. And I really appreciate not only the financial contribution, but also just the meaning behind that, because that's very powerful. So within our program, we have four main components. We have a men's shelter, who we shelter 130 men per night, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So we provide them a safe place to reside. We also have another program called our Navigator program, which some of you may have heard of, which started this year through the Community Shelter Board, who's our primary funder. Each person that comes into the shelter is matched with a navigator who assists them in finding housing. Now, the key component to this new program is, before we would help people find housing, give them the keys and say good luck. What we saw with that was people coming back because they weren't used to, okay, I have my apartment, now what? What this new program will do is not only assist them in finding housing, but it will stay with them for 3 to 6 months to provide that case management services and offer that support to keep them housed. So if they're in an apartment and they're having an issue either with a roommate or a landlord, instead of making a bad decision, they can pick up the phone and call their navigator, case manager, who will come and assist them in really trying to get them stabilized and housed. That new program just started in October of last year, and we're seeing some great results from it. We also have our New Horizons Transitional Living Program. That's a program that we really work with the chronically homeless. HUD defines chronically homeless as someone who's been homeless for upwards of 120 days, and also they have to have some type of seriously mental illness as well. So we assist them and work with them in getting them stabilized, and then also getting them housed as well. We have our Success in Housing program, which we partner with the Columbus Health Department, where we work with individuals within Franklin County as well as the surrounding counties, those individuals who may have an HIV or AIDS illness. We assist them in resolving their housing crisis as well. They can call us up if they need assistance with rent. We can assist them with that. If they need assistance with moving, we can help with that as well, and really try to keep them and help them avoid coming into one of the shelters here in town. And we also have a new program that's set to start on May 1st of this year called the Bridge to Success program. The Adam Board of Franklin County recognized that they saw a need for, or they saw an issue with people that, for whatever reason, they would have a mental health crisis, and they would have to go to the net care or some other type of hospital that assist folks with those issues. And then when they would come out, they would be homeless. So we're working with them to avoid homelessness, to provide that transitional living type of program where they can come in for 120 days, and then we will assist them in finding housing so that they can avoid homelessness as well. So we really run the continuum of, depending on where someone's at, should be able to assist them and offer them some type of support. Just some figures from last year. The emergency shelter system in Franklin County served over 4,000 men, over 1,300 women, and over 1,500 families last year. So homelessness, we're making a big dent in the issue, but it's still a real huge issue. Lastly, before I go, and it was mentioned earlier how we can get inspired by hearing the stories of other charities. Again, as I was sitting in the back and I heard Marguerite and the Darn, which I love that name too, Darn. When I heard that and the work that you all are doing, and in particular where you're doing it at, in Bexley, and how I'm sure you mentioned it too, how the perception of someone that may be experiencing a crisis or in poverty, it's just, you don't think about that in that area. Homelessness is the same way. We have a stereotypical image of what a homeless person may look like in our mind based off of media, movies, and what have you. And that's not always the case. It's not always the guy standing at the end of the off-ramp with a sign asking for money. I've had people come to the shelter. I've had a gentleman who was a bank teller, and he was currently a bank teller at one of the banks. It was a crisis, and he ended up being homeless. I had several young men, 18 years old, still in school, still in high school, graduated. They were homeless. Had another older gentleman that was paying for his daughter's way through college, and he just couldn't, he had to make a choice between paying his rent and paying college tuition. He chose to pay the college tuition and ended up at the shelter. So the point of that is, as we get to start hearing these stories, or as we hear these stories and really find out about the individuals, we find out that these individuals are our former neighbors, maybe our co-workers. They may attend, some of the kids may attend some of the schools that our kids attend. You just never know. So, the point is, we want to treat everyone with respect and really with dignity. Thank you.